Back now with Craig Button. Gary Bettman upheld Morgan Rielly's suspension, so he missed tomorrow's game against Arizona. The Leafs are 4-0 without him, giving up just 8 goals over those 4 games. Craig, how much of this run was the Leafs pulling together while they were shorthanded versus them just catching a serious break with significantly weaker opponents while he's been out?
We have to go out and play the games, and I think that the Toronto Maple Leafs certainly put a lot of things together. They united as a group, and they united defensively, and that becomes a big part of their game. You know, Gino, I'll ask you this question. You know, usually when you have a winning record and you don't lose games, do you change the lineup? Should they put Morgan Rielly back in if they go 5-0? All kidding aside, you know, Morgan Rielly plays such a significant part for the Toronto Maple Leafs on the blue line, lots of big minutes. But, you know, in his absence, other players are going to have to fill in those minutes. They're not going to be the same minutes, but you got to find a way. So they know they have to go into the lineup. They know that their margin for error is a lot smaller. The team knows their margin for error is a lot smaller. But this is where that part of the uniting and coming together is important. But what also becomes important, and it's really good for the coaching staff, other players get opportunity that they may not have gotten. McMahon gets it because Marner and Tavares can't play. Other players get into the lineup, get into different spots, and now the coaches see, wait a second here, these guys can do something. They take advantage of the opportunity. I think that serves the Toronto Maple Leafs really well, not just in the present without Morgan Rielly, but also going forward. And you can believe in players, but sometimes you need to see a little bit more to build your confidence in what they can do. I think not only coming together has helped the Toronto Maple Leafs, but I think seeing what some other players given opportunity can do is a positive for the Leafs as well.
They've been running Morgan Rielly into the ground. He's playing over 24 minutes a game before his suspension, obviously. Now that they knew they could take away some of those minutes while he was out, is this an opportunity to maybe scale back Rielly's ice time so he's fresher for the playoffs?
Absolutely, Gino. And because now you've had some real-time examples of players being able to take on some more of those minutes, I think it helps the Toronto Maple Leafs, not just collectively, but Morgan Rielly individually. Scale back some of those minutes. You know you want him out there at the most critical times. But when the playoffs, down the stretch into the playoffs, they're there, Morgan Rielly's going to be asked to do a little bit more. You want her to be as fresh as possible. So I think this is a really great opportunity to scale back some of those minutes, knowing you have some players that can perform and deliver.
Things are about to get a lot more difficult for the Leafs. Between now and the deadline, the Leafs face the Bruins and Golden Knights twice each. They also get the Rangers and the Colorado Avalanche. How much do you think Brad Trine is going to look at this next little stretch to determine what, if anything, he has to do at the trade deadline?
I don't think he has to determine what he has to do. It's a matter of if he can do what he wants to do. And that's improve the blue line. I don't think there's any question that the blue line has to be the focus for this team. Goal scoring is not a problem. And we've seen McMahon, we've seen Robertson step in the lineup and deliver goals. I believe that he knows the blue line. What price you're willing to pay, I don't think it's a matter of what he needs to do. It's can he pull off a move or two that can really help this team be stronger going into the playoffs.
Ilya Samsonov expected to start tomorrow night against the Coyotes. With Rielly's suspension upheld, he'll be eligible to return Thursday night against Vegas.